and dusted. What's up with you? Haven't you cheered up yet?
No, I've not.
Oh, we are happy and smiling this morning. What's up with you?
Nout.
Ah, Adamson, tell its mammy what's the matter.
Oh, look, don't be daft. There's nout to tell.
Oh, yes, there is. I know you when you're chewing the cud.
There's nout to tell.
You look like a martyr. You look like Thomas à Becket.
Who's he? One of your new boyfriends?
What makes you think I've got a new boyfriend?
Instinct.
If you want it overall, in worse luck. Oh, well, I've got better things to do than stand here all morning trying to cheer you up. You know, it's like getting blood out of a stone trying to get a smile out of you this morning.
Will that do you?
Oh, lovely. Are you sure you haven't cracked something?
Oh, shut up, will you?
Oh, well, bye-bye then. Yeah, it's awful to think I've got to come back here tonight. It's no wonder some mothers leave home. Oh, hello, Mrs. Sharp. What's you looking for me?
So, I'll have to wait with your dentist.
Oh, he's in there ready and waiting for you, though. It'll make your day when you see his face.
Right. Well?
Hello, Mrs. Sharples.
By gum, she's right and all. What's up with you?
I found out.
You mean what I've come to ask you about? Where she goes at night?
Yeah.
Well, go on.
She models.
Go on. You mean clothes and that?
No. For men.
Never.
I followed her. She stands there and they do her. Artists.
Artists, eh? I've heard about them. I can just see her standing there, being gloated over.
Oh, come off it, Mrs. Sharples.
I feel sorry for you, lad, I really do. It's a real come down when a lad finds out that his mother's doing a thing like that. But it's no good you turning your face away from it, you know.
Well, what else can I do?
She'll be wearing one of these new topless dresses the next thing you know. I can just see her walking down this street, bold as brass and twice as bare.
Yeah. Well, what can I do?
Shame her. That's all you can do. Shame her. If she's got any shame left in her.
But how?
Tell her you found out what she does and let her know what you think about it.
Oh, I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, you better start thinking on it then. It is your solemn duty, Dennis Tanner.
Hey, where did this come from?
Well, what is it?
Half a kipper. It's a week since we had kippers. It must have been lying there all that time.
You ought to chuck that out. Nobody'll eat it now, except perhaps our Trevor. Has he had his breakfast?
I don't know where he is. Do you know what time it was when I heard him go out this morning? 6 o'clock.
Oh, I have more respect for his bear when he's my age.
You know, he's a sort of cuckoo, is our Trev.
Oh, aye, he's cuckoo, all right.
No, I don't mean that. No, I mean, well, you know how cuckoos leave their eggs in other birds' nests? Well, it's like as if somebody else left him in ours.
You what?
Oh, in a manner of speaking. But it's just that there's not much Ogden about him, is there?
Aye,
Oh, go on.
aye.
Oh, you're not reading the jobs page, then?
No, I'm trying to find a couple of winners for this afternoon. If I can be left in peace to concentrate.
Oh, I see.
All I can say about this lot is they've got 4 legs and a tail.
Oh, hello, we were just talking about you.
Aye, Mum said you're cuckoo.
I said not at sort, Stan Ogden. Take no notice of him, love.
Whenever.
You were up early this morning, weren't you?
Ah, it's the early bird what catches the worm.
See, I told you. He's been worm catching.
It's me breakfast, Andy.
Give him that half a kipper.
Can I borrow your handcart this afternoon?
Oh, well, he could have.
Come on, Dad, can I or can't I?
Have you ever heard the old saying? We had one, but the wheel came off.
Well, what about it?
Oh, we had one, but the wheel came off. You can have it, like to put it back on again.
Hey, Len Fairclough's got a handcart.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's got a little van and all. Tama.
Hey, what about your breakfast?
He'll never flog that kipper, love.
Lovely morning, Len.
Is it?
Ah,
Oh, aye, so it is, yeah. And what can I do for you, Jack?
I'm after a couple of locks, lad.
Oh, it's happened then, has it?
Hey?
You'll have to put bars on the windows as well, you know, to stop her climbing out.
Who?
You or Annie?
Now, what would I want to lock Annie up for?
I don't know. I was joking, you see. Is that what you really want them for?
Don't be daft. I want them to lock somebody out, not in.
You're never behind with your rent.
Have you got a couple of locks of Adamson?
I will just go and have a look, sir. Just another
Right. We've had the bobbies round, you see. Seems there's been a round of burglaries, local. I don't want to get it on the head for note.
How do you mean, Jack, for note?
Well, I've not worth pinching.
What about Annie's jewels?
Now you're joking.
Oh, you mean you wouldn't mind being hit over the head if you had something worth pinching, is that it?
You're in a funny mood this morning, aren't you?
Very jovial, very comical. Très jolly, as we used to say in New Brighton, yeah. Here, a couple of bolts. You don't need more locks, do you? You don't have to be taking half a dozen keys out of your pocket every time you want to get into the house.
No, I reckon they'll do. It was Annie that said locks. How much?
$50. Now, this is what you might call the Fairclough surplus, is it? Hey, I tell you what. A couple of pints on a barter basis.
You're on.
Good. There's nothing like better seeing than a satisfied customer. Good luck. Aye, trouble.
I'll leave you to it then. Hello, lad.
Mr. Walker. How'd you do?
Just a minute. Just a minute before we get any bother between you and me. Just tell me what you want to borrow, and I'll say yes or no.
Your van.
No. All right?
Well, it will only be for a couple of hours.
You're up the flipping creek, you, anyway, mate. You're too young. You can't drive a van like that. You're underage.
It doesn't worry me. It's never worried me before.
It might not worry you, but it worries me sick, mate, the idea.
Well, how about your handcart, then?
Gee, all right, then go on, take it.
Right, I'll come round for it later, then, OK?
Hey, come here, mate. Come here.
Aye.
You know, there's a position open for a fella like you, if you care to apply yourself.
Where?
Here. Learn a trade. I'm looking for a likely lad, you know.
You mean working?
Yeah, working.
Yeah, but I don't want to work. I want to make some money.
Just like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind checking your books every month. I like figures.
Oh, bet you do, too. The boring ones and all.
You did say you'd take a cup, didn't you?
Oh, I'll have one if you made it, Ena.
Well, not made it specially for you. Don't kid yourself. Makes no difference to me whether you have one or you don't.
I'll have it. Do you remember that slate that fell on me head off the roof once?
By come, that must be over 2 years ago now. Well, what about it? Don't tell me a piece has fallen out of your hair while you've been combing it.
Oh, Ena, what a thing to say. I wash my hair regular. No, as a matter of fact, it's my earring. It's never been quite the same since. Do you think it could be that?
Oh, shouldn't be a bit surprised. I've noticed other symptoms than all.
Well, I was lying awake last night thinking about all them burglaries there's been. And I thought, well, now, if someone broke in, I wouldn't hear him.
Well, I'll be very thankful then.
Oh, yes, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything about it if I didn't hear.
Well, supposing you could hear, what would you do?
I'd call for Charlie.
And I think you'd found that Charlie Moffat was hard of hearing and all if he thought there was a burglar downstairs. And as for that dog of his, judging from the folk it plays soft with, I think that would be wagging its tail.
It's very worrying, though.
What have you got to worry about? You've got nought worth pinching.
Oh, Ena, that's not a very nice thing to say.
Well, it's the same for both of us, isn't it? I'm beginning to think there's something to be said for having nought. You've got nought to lose. I knew I wouldn't be able to sit down here for 2 minutes without being disturbed.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, it's you. Is it coming?
Ah. Yeah, Mrs. Colwell.
Hello, Mr. Walker.
Well, before you go any further, the answer's no.
Hey?
Well, I know what you've come for, you see. You've come to ask one of us to clean at the Rovers, haven't you?
How did you know?
Well, it was bound to come up sooner or later, and you never come here unless you're after something, do you?
How about you, Mrs. Colwell?
No, I think the answer's the same there. Mind you, if you were to spin a hard-luck story about your poor Annie's suffering, she might fall for it. But I don't think you'd do that, would you?
No, Mrs. Sharples, I wouldn't do that.
Well, that seems to be that, doesn't it?
Oh, I suppose it does. You sure? No, right you are then.
Mind you, I might be able to recommend... No, I might be able to name somebody as be willing any road. I don't do any recommending these days. I've been let down too often.
Oh, and who might that be, Mrs. Sharples?
Hilda Ogden.
She's very obliging.
Not that that means very much.
Do you think she'd do it then?
Well, she's got 3 children and that load of rubbish she calls her husband to support. I should think she'd jump at it myself. Even to putting up with your missus, which isn't everybody's cup of tea, by a long chalk.
Well, I've come, but I can't imagine what you want me for.
I wanted to see you.
Oh, we'll have a good look, won't you?
It's serious.
Oh.
My mother's done it again.
She has? What?
Made a spectacle of herself.
Oh, she hasn't.
She has, you know, and all because of me and me hairdressing.
I'm no further forward. Could you tell me, only roughly, what the flaming heck you're talking about?
I'm talking about me mum.
Ah, well, I've gathered that, but that's about all I have gathered. What's she done?
She's gone posing.
Oh, I see.
In front of men with urns and that.
Men with urns? Oh, what's them when they're at home?
Oh, you daft beggar. It's my mother what's got the urn on her shoulder while she's posing in front of the men.
Is she, you know, stripping like?
She most certainly is not.
Oh, I can't see what you're worried about. She enjoys it. You don't want to spoil her fun, do you?
Fun? Fun? She's doing it for me, you know, not for fun.
Oh,
I never felt so embarrassing all my life.
I think you're being daft, I do. Honest, I mean, fancy being paid to have men look at you.
Oh, you don't understand. It's degrading.
Oh, well, if you feel like that, there's only one thing you can do, isn't there?
What's that?
Chuck up your hairdressing course if you're doing it to pay for that.
You're right.
Hey, you're not going to, are you? I mean, I wasn't serious, you know.
Yeah, but you were right. There's naught else I can do, is there? Dear Mr. Gerard.
Couldn't you come back for it sooner?
Well, it wasn't convenient.
Oh, it wasn't it? But it's convenient for me to have to come back after an half day's graft.
You should have given me the keys, like I said.
That is a different story.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, what do you want it for, anyway?
Well, it's a secret.
Oh, I know that big deal you're on, is it?
That's right.
Let me guess, then. You're transporting a load of mysterious bullion for a foreign power.
Don't be daft, that's kid stuff.
Oh, is it?
Well, anyway, it doesn't talk... I don't find it pays to talk too much in business. You know, there are too many sharks about.
Oh, I'm a shark now, am I?
Well, everybody's got their price.
Oh, have they?
Well, that's what I found, any road.
Yeah, I suppose a big operator like you would find that out.
Are you taking the mickey?
Oh, no, I wouldn't presume, no.
You know, you're going to be very sorry you didn't put money in the deal like I offered.
Yeah, I know, mate. I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. But when you're up there, kid, when you're up there with all the big boys, don't think too badly of old Fairclough, you know. Because after all, he did lend you his handcart.
Yeah, I suppose one good turn does deserve another.
Ah, it does, mate. It does indeed.
And besides, you never know what it might lead to.
I don't know that a fella as small-time as I am can be of any assistance to a big fella like you, though. You know, I mean, you can see the way I am, can't you?
I suppose you would like to earn yourself 10 bob this evening.
Me? 10 bob?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's an hard night's graft, mind.
Oh, dear. I'm all tied up, I am. No, isn't that awful? An opportunity presents itself like this and I'm all tied up. Oh, I could weep, mate. I could really weep.
Some other time then, eh?
Oh, it's you. Oh, come on then, come in.
Right, Tom. Are you doing out?
I'm waiting for me mum. You haven't seen her by any chance, have you?
Well, I wouldn't know if I'd got a big deal on. I never see nobody when I got a big deal on. Oh, I've come to make you an offer.
Well, flipping well, make it and clear out. I've got things on my mind.
Well, you know, seeing as you're more or less broke, how about 3 half-crowns for an hard night's graft?
Look, I've got hard nights graft in front of me any road, and the only crowns I'm likely to get is 4-penny ones on me nut.
I wouldn't stand for that.
Hey, you would if you had my mother, mate.
What you done then, rob the meters?
I've done nought, sir. What's done it? Only she's got an habit of making everything my fault, if you see what I mean.
Well, what's she done then?
It's private.
I'll make it 10 bob.
Look, I've got more things to worry about than slaving, making a measly 10 bob for you.
12 and 6, and that is my last offer.
It'll be your last flipping word and all, too. Now clear out before you get caught in the storm.
I can't think we're hanging around for if you're expecting a row. I always clear out myself.
It just happens to be my row. I mean, I'm the one that's going to start it.
Is that your last fish?
Well, it's last of this batch.
Looks as if it's died of exhaustion. I'll wait for the next lot, thank you very much.
Just as you like, Mrs. Sharples.
And that'll be watching you when you're shoveling them chips and all. I don't want any of them old ones from the back. Have you ever tried browning them?
They look brown enough to me.
You must be colourblind.
Fish and 6, please, Fred.
You'll have to wait a bit, Lord. Just put them in.
Oh.
That's all right, you can give that one to mine, I'll wait.
Yours, Mrs. Sharples?
Yes, that one there.
Oh, right you are then.
Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Sharples.
It's a pleasure.
There's 2 buses on the way home. You let her walk half the way.
I take it you're not going out to work then tonight?
Oh, no, I only go 3 nights a week, thank heaven. The other way I'm feeling, don't think I'll have the energy to eat that lot.
Shouldn't have thought we was out to it myself.
To what?
Your job.
Oh, you mean the shop, Mrs. Sharp?
No, I don't mean the shop, I mean the other one. Seems to me the only qualifications you need are the brass face and the muzzles of the harpy.
You what?
Now then, ladies.
Look, Mrs. Sharples, I don't know how you found out what I do of an
You
evening.
seem to recognise my description all the same.
I said I don't know how you found out what I do of an evenings, but it's none of your flaming business.
I shouldn't say too much about that if I were you, because what you are doing reflects on the whole conduct of this street.
Oh, really? Well, I should say your nasty sneaking and spying reflects a damn sight more than anything I've ever done, and if I were you, I wouldn't be too sure you're right.
You was followed.
Oh. Well, would you credit it? The lengths you go to cause scandal, it's just not normal.
It was not me, it was your Dennis, and I have never seen a lad so ashamed in my life.
Dennis? Our Dennis told you this?
He came to me for advice and he got it.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sharples. I'll see you later.
Hey, Mrs. Tanner, you've forgotten your order.
I'd bury that fish if I were you, Fred Jackson. It stood at the threshold of Babel.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I am, aren't I?
You look tired.
I am tired.
Ma'am, I've got something to say.
Well, you better get it said then, hadn't you?
Well, if you're tired, I can leave it till later.
That's all right. I don't like nasty things hanging over my head.
How do you know it's nasty?
So if I just sit down in this chair and try to not look as tired as I feel, perhaps you'll do me the honour of getting on with it.
Oh, no, it's all right. I don't mind waiting.
Oh, get
you know,
on with it, Dennis.
I don't exactly know how to start.
At the beginning's a very good place.
Yeah. And it goes back a long way, does this? Yeah, a long way. I don't know exactly how to put it.
Shall I put it for you? Because I've got a word for what you're going to say, you nasty, sneaking little spy.
Who told you?
I'll give you 2 guesses.
Mrs. Sharp.
Ena Sharples, right first time. How dare you go gossiping to that old bag about me?
Well, I wanted advice. I were upset. If you must know, I were very upset.
Right out in the middle of the ship shop, in front of everybody. She didn't have the decency even to wait until we were on our own. And you gave it to her on a plate. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Dennis.
Me? It's you that should be ashamed of yourself.
And what should I be ashamed for going out to work to pay your way? Is that what I'm ashamed of?
It's what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Pausing.
And what is wrong with that?
Well, you mean ma'am, aren't you? I don't like you doing out like that. You mean ma'am? I used to be proud of you. You know, with fellas and that. Oh, why did you have to make me go and feel so ashamed?
Dennis, love, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, I've heard about these models. I've been in show business, you know.
Dennis, look, I don't know what you've seen or what you've heard, but I just want to tell you, honestly, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
You don't. You don't do it, well, without you.
No, I don't do it without.
Oh. Well, that's different again then, isn't it? Perhaps I won't have to resign after all.
Resign?
Yeah, I wrote out my resignation. I didn't like you doing that like that, so I thought maybe you could chuck it off.
You were going to do this because of me?
Yeah.
You know what you aren't? A flaming great nignog.
Yeah.
Due to a domestic disturbance, I am unable to continue with same. Give you a domestic disturbance. You know what we're going to do with this, don't you?
Well, looks as though we're back in business again, doesn't it?
Oh,
Hey. Oh. You know, I've been thinking.
Oh, aye.
What you said about our Trevor.
Yes, love?
It's funny.
Funny?
Ah, you know. Funny, peculiar.
How do you mean, Stan?
Well, he doesn't like work. That for a start, that's funny, isn't it?
Well, he's always doing something.
Aye. He's very tight with his money, too. With us. Not with other folk, with us.
Oh, he's just being careful, that's all.
Oh, well, it's not very nice. I mean, it's not family. It's not very nice. Now, Irma's not much better either.
Oh, she does help, though.
Yeah. She's very grudging, though. Never gives with a good heart. Very grudging.
Well, we can't all be alike, can we?
No. I'm sorry it's finished.
What, love?
I tell you. It does now else it stops you thinking, doesn't it?
Oh, aren't you telling?
Well, it's finished.
Oh, blimey, I thought there was some up. I brought out all the brown ale.
Oh, Stan, now, isn't that nice?
Very touching. What's it in aid of?
Hey, you'll never guess.
I don't like guessing. I like to be told.
I've got another of us working.
A job?
Yeah, all fixed up.
Well, you've got a flaming cheek.
You what?
You might ask people first. It might not be suitable. The money might not be right.
Look, it was offered tonight. I've had no time to ask anybody. It's all settled.
Well, you can forget it.
What?
I said you can forget it. I'll pick my own job. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, it just so happens that it's not for you. It's for me mum.
Me?
Yeah, cleaning at the Rovers mornings regular.
Oh, hey, Stan, what do you think about that?
Aye. Good. Very good. I think you ought to have asked your mother first, though, you know.
Pity it's not for your dad, though. He's just dying to get started, aren't you, love?
Oh, aye. Still, well, you can't complain. I mean, it's money coming in, isn't it? How much?
Oh, never mind about that now. It's money coming in, like you said.
That's right. That's another one. I've only to get you fixed up, and then we'll all be working, won't we?
Give us
What is it made of?
Cocoa.
Oh, bless his little cotton socks.
Oh, yeah, I can be very, very charming when I want to be. It's to them as I want to be charming, too.
And you were going to resign because of me?
Ah, well, we put all that behind us. Yes, I think I'm quite settled now in the hairdressing like. I feel quite at home. What are you looking at me like that for?
Just, wondering what you look like when you're old.
Eh?
Oh, it's just a thought.
Yeah. Well, I shall probably look very distinguished when I'm old. You know, a bit of grey at the sides and that. I shall dye the top half, of course.
Of course.
And I shall probably allow a few little wrinkles to appear in the right places. And all my clients will want me to feel that they're more important to me than the others, and I shall let them. But I shan't have any favourites. And I shall invite them all home to afternoon tea, one at a time, to be served by me grey-haired old mother sitting at home. Yes, I think I shall quite enjoy being old.
Well, I shouldn't bank on that if I were you. Your dear old grey-haired old mother probably won't be around by that time.
You mean you'll get married again and desert me?
Well, no, I didn't mean that exactly, but you never can tell, can you? Oh, I don't think I fancy the idea of being a grey-haired old mother.
Do you meet any chaps at this art school?
Aye, about 30 of them. All bits of kids. You should see them. They take one look at me and they get their pencils out and they start sketching. You'd laugh at some of the things they do. You know, the other night, they didn't sketch me at all. They sketched the urn. I must say I was very flattered.
Anybody you fancy?
Mind your own... No, of course there isn't.
What would I do with a long-haired artist? Well, they're not my type, are they? Besides, I wouldn't know what to say to him. To them. Well, would I? Well, would I?
Come on. Come on out, whoever you are.